Greetings, mortals, and welcome to a special holiday version of our annexation.
The shirt says, "The season to be jolly it is," which it is. Also, we have a very lovely Santa Claus who brings imperialism and annexation to the masses. Truly a glorious day. So, I don't really have any Christmas-themed stuff. I guess I have a Christmas-themed tea that I am drinking, which had a name that I don't remember what it was. And I have a Pepsi bottle that is got a shirt on. It's like a wine cozy or something like that. You know, wine, Pepsi, same difference, right? So when last we left off, I was kind of puttering around and I feel like I've been a little lazy. I probably haven't been that lazy, but I'm still only the number 2 ranked great power in 1537, which is kind of depressing, especially considering how weak everyone is right now. Like, I feel like the other great powers have not been doing a great job for themselves. Ming is doing its thing, right? But nobody's passed Ming yet, which I think in 1537, I feel like people should have passed Ming by now. Particularly, I feel like I should have. But we do have complete control of the coastline here, which at this date we did not, as Vijayanagar. So we are ahead in one capacity, but we already had a colonial nation when we were playing as Vijayanagar at this point. We had 5 provinces here, and then we had a couple down here. So we're a little bit behind on the colonization of the Americas. We're a little bit behind in Madagascar, actually. We had a little bit more than we have right now. But that being said, the stopping point that I had in Madagascar is we're actually about to kind of pass the point where I stopped. So we're going to be declaring on Malindi. We'll be taking control of this province directly. We'll be taking control of 3 provinces from Malindi, and it'll be great. Now, the other thing that I've been wondering about is that I'm moving pretty slow in India. By this point, my Vijayanagar run, I had already taken over pretty much all of southern India, and I had taken over this region as well. So all the stuff that I started with and got early, I had as Vijayanagar by this point anyway, and I had complete control of all this. It annihilated the Bamanis. They were no longer in the game, things like that. So it's tempting to try to make up for that by being really super aggro right now in India, but I don't think I'm actually going to. I think that I'm probably going to try to just diplomatically annex a bunch of these minor nations, while basically I'm going to punch into the Bamanis over and over again, but I don't really want to be declaring war on multiple people. I want to just be going after the Bamanis over and over and over again, taking all these claims and moving on with my life. Now, I was looking at the total number of states, and the number of states in this region is ludicrously high. I currently do not have the technology necessary to take all of India and have it without running into the corruption penalty. That's how huge India is. And so it's tempting to basically ignore the Gulf of Aden or to give it to a vassal or something. But I've actually decided that I'm actually intending to basically take control of the Gulf of Aden directly. I'm going to assume direct control. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 relevant states in the Gulf of Aden. And if I take control of those 6 states in the Gulf of Aden, I'll control the majority of the trade here. We can steer all that trade into Zanzibar. We're going to have 100% of the control of Zanzibar the second that we annex our vassal and finish taking Malindi's stuff. So the goal here is going to be to basically just start taking the Horn of Africa and call it a day. So let's see here. So yeah, I'm going to be expanding this way, and we're going to be expanding through the Bamanis, and we're going to be diplomatically vassalizing and just integrating a bunch of random nations over time. So we now have 5 vassals available, and I'm wondering whether I want to go for one immediately or whether I want to wait a little bit. And I think we do want to just go for a quick vassalization over here. We can vassalize Junarg, then we'll have 2 cores to recoup from Sind. We can recoup those cores in a quick war, hopefully a quick war. How many allies do you have? Khorasan and Delhi. So that's interesting, actually, that they have Delhi as an available thinger. Garha is not someone I want to vassalize because integrating them is going to be a nightmare. Gujarat is fine to vassalize. Are you... That's attrition, so we're fine here. So Baglana, Khandesh. Khandesh is a vassal Jaipur, so they're not them. But we can basically just start vassalizing our way through these guys if we want. And just annex them one by one. And I'm thinking that we're probably going to want to do that. We have access to a lot of vassals right now. And rather than make one really big vassal, I think I might want to do that. But before I do anything else, I do think that I'm going to want to get Sunda as a vassal. Currently, I have a penalty of 232 from distance between borders. I have a negative 20 coming out from neutral attitude. Both of those are easy to fix by getting an alliance with them. And by colonizing right here. If I colonize right here, then I'm adjacent, so that penalty goes away completely. So I think what I'm going to want to do, because we'll have a royal marriage giving us a benefit, and so they have a minus 14. And a minus 14 will be made up for by having the allied attitude and all that stuff. So we are going to start improving our relations with Sunda, because Sunda actually has cores throughout this entire region. And I can basically just reconquest all of these cores and create a very nice-sized vassal very rapidly, and that'll be very useful. So we're going to go ahead and do this. It will be fine. And we have our armies coming back, and we have you chilling here. I'm going to take, how many, you guys are just chilling. Where do we want to put you? It's actually tempting because of how much, there's such a ridiculous amount of trade power in these nodes. It's actually tempting to just move them to Malacca. Yeah, we're gonna send them to Malacca. There's so much. There's so much less like trade power involved over here that I think that's our best bet. And we have a colonist here who's already been sent elsewhere. Do I want to cancel sending them to America? I think they're around here somewhere. Where did I send them? Oh, I sent them to Cuba, right? Somewhere around here. But I think I'm going to colonize the entirety of Cuba myself, maybe. Let's see. You are doing fine. You're doing fine. So I think we're actually just going to wait on this for now. We don't need to actually do anything with that person yet. We have a long ways to go before we're vassalizing over there. So we have the ability to make states. I don't think we need to. We have some rebel action going on. We have this army, which is fine. Where is this? Okay, so this fleet does not need all of these light ships here. We're going to go ahead and protect trade. Where do we want to do it? Do we want to send these guys to Malacca too? find it somewhat unlikely that sending these guys to Coromandel is going to reduce the total amount of trade that I have in the region. That seems a little unusual. Gujarat. I think we need to be there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are just going to send these guys to Malacca. We're going to have a huge fleet over there. Actually, no, we're not. I've changed my mind. I tend to do that. I'm going to pop over here. We have 17,000 troops available to us. This is 13,000 troops. We need some more of these. Do I want to send all of my cannons? I do. So 13,000. So I guess we need one more infantry. And that will be a starting army. The other thing that I need to do, I don't have enough control of Bengal trade, unfortunately. But once I finish annexing Bengal, I'll have all that I need there. So how are we doing here? Got 3 coming out. And these guys are my explorer. We have a little bit of stuff going on. So we're going to be moving toward Africa to be getting that situation under control. We have a lot of work to do over there. And we're basically going to be going after Malindi and Sofala first. And once we've gotten Malindi and Sofala dealt with, we can move on. Do I have any other things that need to be upgraded? Yes, you need to be upgraded. And they don't have an estate. Do I want to give them to the Vaishyas? I think I had something. I should have looked at my piece of paper. I have a piece of paper here. It's not actually a piece of paper, but let's see. We got. Where is this list? Can I search my desktop? Because that's what I really want to do right now. Let's see. I could try sorting them, which is just not going to work well. I have way too many random things up here. I'm going to have to clean up my desktop a lot. Breath of Fire 3 best in slot list. That's not terribly interesting right now. Orissa 1537. That sounds like what I'm looking for. Okay. I did not write that much interesting stuff here. We're fine. Okay, so Vaishyas, if we recruit a minister right now, we can get a skill 3 minister who costs 25% less. But that's not what we want. What we want is a skill 3 minister that's going to cost 50% less. That requires that we get over 80. This is 15 influence. What is their current time limit? So the cast restriction relax is going to last until next year, which means that I can afford to do this. So we are going to go over here. We are going to give this to the Vaishyas, and that will be good. Also, this autonomy is not going to be relevant anymore for that, which is nice. And we can now recruit a minister. They're at 98%, which is not optimal. And we're going to pay 6 per month on reducing our inflation. That's actually not too bad. We have a huge amount of income right now. We can afford to pay 6 for this. Do we have a cheap tier 2? We do have a cheap tier 2 here. We're not going to take them, though. Land maintenance modifier versus discipline. We are taking discipline. That is a really cool portrait. I like that portrait. There's like there's a lot of flavor to this portrait. That's cool. I like that outfit a lot. Let's see here. And let's see, what else do we need to do? Yes, so we are currently working on our third claim on Malindi. That third claim is going to be on the province of Pate. And or Pate or some other thing that I couldn't possibly pronounce because it's in a language that isn't even related to any of the languages that I'm familiar with. And let's see, explorer is ready. We don't care about that. We're not using this person as an explorer right now. We have an army here, and this is not a huge army, I'm not gonna lie. I think we should probably bring more troops over, honestly. We have 14,000 troops here. I think this army is consistent almost exclusively of infantry. We're just going to chill them here. This army, which is a little bit of a better mix, is going to be popping over to do the other stuff. So, how are we doing here? 18,000 manpower, abandoned mounds. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave these mounds alone. So we get 50 admin power. So it turns out you can, in fact, get useful rewards for this. I've never seen that event before. I've literally never seen an event that useful in all of my time searching for the 7 Cities of Gold. Which is kind of a weird mechanic, honestly, because you can apparently find the 7 Cities of Gold, but spoiler alert, there's no 7 Cities of Gold. They were never a thing. So, it's a little strange, but it's fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get these guys on the ships. These ships are not all upgraded, weirdly enough. So we're going to move these guys down here, and we are going to get this army over here. I want to find out where their army is, because I need to be wiping that army immediately. So, unfortunately, our leader is not who we want it to be. Malindi is currently at war with... Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, whoops. I'm an idiot. Oh, that's fine. We'll have to wait like a month, I think. So let's make sure that we get the right province. We can fabricate a claim here. And we can then stop building a spy network here, because we don't need it anymore. We're going to continue improving relations over here for right now. And how are we doing over here? We got this thing, which is going to finish eventually, 85 per year. It's fine. These guys are just fucking around with the rebels. It's fine. What's our 15? Not amazing. Okay. So we are bringing our ships over. So Fala won't have much of a thinger. So these guys are not allied with Madehan, which is great. Walaita and Hadramut, whatever the hell that is. So that does mean that we have the potential to have this go pretty well for us. Okay, so we're declaring on Malindi. We are going to set Sofala as a co-belligerent. And we don't need to set anybody else as a co-belligerent. Wargol will be Malindi itself. It's a reasonable thing to do. I'm going to declare this. We are going to immediately charge them, and it looks like they are going to move away. So once they lock into Lomwe, we're going to chase them, and it'll be fine. So now that they're locked in, we can just pop over there and make with the murder. These guys are just going to pop over here. Oh, is this? Yes, it is. This is Capital Fort, so we need to actually send these guys in. There we go. And let's see. We can merge these guys together, I guess, with this army over here. So where'd these guys go? Okay. So they're going to chill there. Sitting here, and we have the ability to do a couple of things. Do we have any reason to put a meaningful army here? Let's take a look at the ledger and just look at who our enemies are right now. So Malindi has 15,000 troops, Wileta has 7,000, and Hadramut has 7,000. They are substantially behind technologically. So this guy does not have any skills to pay the bills. So what we're going to do is we're going to just leave these guys here until the cannons arrive. As soon as the cannons arrive, I'm just going to leave the cannons here and bring all of my other troops back. So we're basically just going to take control of all these provinces and then get the cannons to siege down this province. That's now already at 7%. Oh, nice. Income from vassal increased. And we are good. Okay, so the 8,000 troops that don't need to be here can move out of here. And we now have a pretty sizable army, actually, here. So Malindi is probably not going to be. So that's advancement of the Brahmins. Malindi's probably not going to be finishing up there until after I've already sieged this down completely. So we can just, I guess, start moving forward. Yeah, we can just move forward because the fleet can bring the thingers up later. Malindi is going to be pretty far away because they should, I think, be sitting in Dama with their army. They're probably going to start bringing it back immediately, but I mean, that's only going to go so far for them. Set everything in Zanzibar, and Cape of Good Hope is already done. This is already done. So we are a quarter of the way to getting our next idea done. Do we want to send these guys to siege Malindi directly? So we just won this siege, and these guys are just going to chill here. I don't need to move them. I'm going to be picking them up with ships. So that went pretty well. We got 2 new ships, not too shabby. And we can move these guys in here. We won't arrive in time to repair them, unfortunately, but that's fine. Okay. So these guys are going to go to, I guess, Malindi straight up. Get that siege started. They're probably not going to ticket on their own. Whoa. Negative 57% for a capital fort. That's surprising, honestly. Okay, we're just going to pop here, send the cannons up. I'm going to move these 3 here. I do not have what I want here. That's okay, though. We have 26 income right now, not too shabby. Alright, so this is at 7%. Again, we just had a huge amount of casualties here. Because of the fact that I can't see the rest of the armies, I can't see if somebody's jumping in this way, I'm going to just leave my armies like this. I guess I should have probably left the general in charge of the army that's actually there, but it's fine. Oh, the other thing is, I think I'm going to want to do this. I want to get these guys into the... Oh, nice. And did we take that? I cannot tell. We are actually going to pull out of here, and we are going to just hit repair damaged ships. And that leaves us with how many ships actually staying here? We only have 7 damaged ships, so that's actually very easy. Easy peasy. So we're actually already at 32% war score. We haven't even needed to get involved with any of the other business. Let's see here. This is going to be 540. There's really not a lot of reason for me to take that this second. We're not in a rush. It will give me a little bit of extra income, but I don't need that nearly as much as I need my admin power. Oh no. Oh, our conquistador is dead. Okay. Well, get wrecked. Died for mysterious reasons in their home. That is not accurate at all. He died getting chased around by angry people because he pissed them off because he's a conquistador. There's nothing mysterious about it. Okay, well, keep hunting, friend. Keep up the hunt. So once we've ticked this, we actually might just be able to piece them out immediately. Where did my ships go that I sent back to repair? A little confused right now. So we're going to just wait this fight out because I might be able to steal some more ships from them. And that is a yes! We stole a Carrack, we stole 3 more transports. I'm liking this. And how are we doing here? We have... That's not the right thing. We cannot take all of these. That's actually 76? Holy shit. That is a very expensive peace deal. That is way more... Like, I did not realize these were this developed. Okay. That's impressive. So, we're going to keep on keeping on, I guess. We're going to repair damaged ships. We should be able to... Where are you guys going? Oh, they're going back to my province instead of to the vassal province that's sitting right freaking there for some reason. Okay, well, that's a little weird, but it's fine. We have 2 Carracks here, and I think I should be in perfectly fine shape. We are going to have to... Don't silly me. I have to basically figure out what's going on here. It looks like they pieced out. So that's good. I mean, it's not good. It's the opposite of good, but... Okay. I do not... Luanda really, really, really wants to start producing slaves. I'm a little creeped out. Not gonna lie. A little weird. So these guys are going to try to go around. Luckily, they warned me by actually showing up directly at my doorstep. And we have... They rolled a 9. I don't like that at all, but they just lost their Carrack, and we are set. So we got some more ships, because of course we did. And do we have any coastal people that are currently in this war? I don't think so. We have a 76% peace deal here. Are these guys going to try to siege their capital back? Because if they're going to try to siege their capital, it might be worth it to... No, they're just going to run away from me. So if these guys were going to just run from me, then... I'm going to move you here. I'm going to move you here. I find it very unlikely that they're standing here and approaching here. That would be really crazy. Alright, so we've found the Waleta troops. That's great. And we have... This has been a very productive war. We've gotten so many ships out of this. I'm so happy. We now are at 69% war score, 71% war score. And they're still not willing to do this, weirdly enough. So we're going to pop over here, and we have the ability to go through Marahan if we want, but I don't think we do. I think we're just going to send these guys straight over here to get them off of this capital. They have a 3-4 general, which is not perfect for me. Oh shit, there's an army here. I was not expecting that there was going to be an army here. I'm not sure why they did this, but they did. And luckily those troops were not wiped out. They just lost. And we're going to wipe this army. Yeah, I was not expecting that they were going to have troops just randomly show up over here. And they are still not willing to do this peace. Like, WTF might. Where are you retreating to? Are you serious? They're retreating to the enemy. This is a very WTF moment. Okay. So they're still not willing to peace out for this. The AI's, like, decision making with regards to a lot of this kind of stuff is very odd. Because we have 74% war score. They're pretty much completely occupied. We have the more power. Like, it even acts like they have, like, a negative amount of stuff, but they don't. Because we're currently at the same amount and that we're asking for. So it's a very weird dynamic. All right, we just finished this colony. We are going to send over a colonist to here. And once they arrive, we can start working on you. We can't offer an alliance to them right now because we're at war, but as soon as we're out of that war, we should be able to. You are doing fine. It's a 42 ship fleet now. And it looks like we are going to catch them here. Do we want to catch them here? They have a rank 9 military. Are we rank 10 or rank 11? We're only rank 10. We're only one ahead of them. And we will not be flanked. They do have way more cavalry than us. But that can actually be a bad thing for them. Actually. Because they're right up at the cusp of the thing. Do I actually just want to wait? I think I just want to wait because we're basically there. I don't think there's a lot of reason for me to, like, I don't have any punitive element to what I'm doing here. They're not like a big, they're not like one of my rivals or something where I would actually care to hurt them. So we don't need to weaken their army at the expense of our own troops. So Malindi and Marihan are willing to join a coalition off of this, and that's fine because I don't really have to give too much in the way of craps about that. So we're going to take control of all of these, and that gives us control of all of the stuff that we care about in this area. I'm going to go ahead and core everything. And we have a huge amount of income. I'm going to send these guys over here. These guys are going to do rebel suppression here. This fleet, we can pop over to... Oh, you know what it probably is? Like, why is it called UA? It's a very weird name for a ship. Let's see. We can upgrade these ships. We have the ability to bring 24,000 troops at a time now. Let's make sure. I don't think I'm anywhere near my naval force limit, but yeah, it's perfect. We now have the ability to... We're going to be able to send these guys over pretty much the same time. And we have an explorer ready. Do we want to... Where's the rest of my fleet? It looks like I actually sent away that fleet. I'm wondering whether I want to even finish this colony here. I probably don't. I'm sending this colony over here, and this colonist over here, but I'm probably not going to be doing that. Let's see. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be offering them vassalization. Once they've gotten vassalized, that's sufficient for me. So I can send them a alliance offer eventually, but I can't do it yet. So how long until this person gets here? 2 days. Okay, so distance between borders is now like nothing. So we can offer them an alliance. We are interesting position here. Do we want to upgrade you? Cannot afford it yet. So you guys are just gonna chill here like this. You guys are gonna chill here like this. And we can go with, that's the first thing. This is gonna be a thing. And we can start coring all this stuff. Oh, we already started coring it. Do we want to pump our autonomy to 100%? I think we do. So we're gonna have 100% autonomy in these places. And that's all fine. We now have 47% of the trade power here. So that's not terrible. And what else do we need to do? Looks like the Pretender Rebels are going to win. And that's all well and good. We can send the Royal Marriage offer here. That's all well and good. And did we proclaim guarantee? We did not. So we're going to proclaim a guarantee, and then we will vassalize them because we will guarantee their independence by taking their independence from them. That seems very imperial. Then we can immediately declare on Majapahit. So with that being the case, Majapahit, who are your allies, if any? Because you are kind of isolated over here. You have no allies. So with Majapahit having no allies, we can probably just dive them with this army if we wanted. But I guess we don't really need to. We can send in... do we want to just send in this whole force? We don't really have a lot of separatism or anything right here. We'll have a little bit of stuff for a short time, but I think we're probably best off picking up this entire army. It can carry 24 regiments, so we can't quite carry everybody away. We can carry pretty much everybody away. We have one guy that can't come with us. We got so many transports. Insanity. So we now need to proclaim a guarantee, and we can now vassalize them. Once they are a vassal, we can do some good business there, and we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. How are we doing over here? And we need them to have more influence if we want to do this. Do I want to get a loan from them? Yes, I do. It's at a lower interest rate, so we can repay... I guess I can repay both of my loans. Let's just repay them both. Okay. No, we can only repay 2 of the rather large number of loans that we have, actually. We can commission a Jain Temple, and we were going to do that. There we go. So, we do not need to keep improving our relations with you. Yeah, because we're going to get a huge amount just from the other stuff that we're doing here. So, we are going to vassalize Sunda, and that will give us some very good benefits. Cha-ching. Sunda is now our vassal. We can now immediately declare war on Majapahit. I haven't drank this yet. What did I... It was hot, so thank you. I'm getting a tea fill. There's no response to my terrible pun. Okay, So, you guys are moving over to Majapahit and doing that business. How we doing on this stuff? We have no worries here. Okay, so Bengal is going to be finished in 10 years. Actually, they're going to be finished earlier than that. And, okay, so my Diplo reputation is actually lowered as well right now because of my overextension. So my overextension is going to go away as well. And do I actually need to wait for my troops to arrive to declare this? Probably not. So we can go ahead and do a reconquest here. We will have Pakwan be the war goal. And we have this massive fleet incoming, so and we can actually drop over in Bogdan. And do we want to keep you here? Nope, we don't have any reason to. We have vassal territory here, so we're going to go ahead and abandon this. We don't want that territory anyway. And we are going to send you guys to the next thing here, actually. We're going to send you to Jamaica because we need to start taking control of the Caribbean. The Caribbean is a really important area because the Caribbean has the ability to pull trade away from, from Mexico, and Mexico is basically the most important trade region early in the game because it's fully occupied already. It's already fully populated. So anything that you put into the Caribbean allows you to basically steal from the people who control Mexico. So we're going to have some ships getting in there soon. So we're now at -7%. And my air is, of course, going to die because my air is actually useful. I don't really want to get another thinger, so we're just going to do this. And, of course, they died. But the air is actually probably overall better. A little bit less admin power, but the admin plus Diplo combined is actually higher. So I am not going to have any objections to this. This is perfectly good for me. So they have a very large amount of fire on their general. Holy shit. Born in the saddle. I should just put somebody here. So we should be able to just take back all of these cores. We won't get any meaningful amount of aggressive expansion from it as well. So we should be able to take this and then return all the cores. I don't even know that we'll have to finish any of the rest. I don't think that we'll have any carpet sieging or anything that we need to do. Because we are going to take this. Speaking of which, I have not been doing what I need to be doing. So I need to be going and building a spy network up here. Now, this place is not part of a trade network, a trade region, which is unfortunate. But while they aren't part of a actual trade region, and thus I actually have to pay for those states, it should be worth it, I think. I want to take control of most of the trade in that region. These are Majapahit separatists, which means that I am going to have to deal with them eventually. We're up to 91% war score, and we can just have them return all of these cores to Sunda. And is that all of Sunda's cores that they have? Nope, this is also a core. So they only have, I think, 2 provinces that are not cores. So, and by not cores, I mean not cores of us. So there we go. That's 63% war score. We get 15 aggressive expansion out of this. So basically none. And they are shrunk to a size 2 place. We could technically just take both of these, but that's 45 Diplo power for no reason. We can declare war on them again for these claims later. It'll be fine. Do we want them to... give us anything. Nah, we're not going to bother. We want to just leave the truce small. There we go. So we got a really quick and easy war there. We have the ability to pop down here. Luwu is not controlling any territory of ours, so we don't have to do anything about it. Tempted to get military access through them. That's interesting. Did I not actually trigger this event before? That's really funny. Okay, we're gonna leave these guys here, and Sunda has a tiny army. We're gonna move these guys in here, and we will now go to where? How close are we to being able to declare on our friends, the Bamanis? Okay, we don't have any meaningful unrest here, right? Yeah. No unrest to speak of. These were already cores, so they're not going to have separatism or anything like that. And let's see. We've got this going. We have no reason to go after Sofala anytime soon. I did not increase my autonomy here, so this is potentially going to be trouble. And we have the ability to pick up admin tech eventually, but we still do not actually have a bonus to that, weirdly enough. The Brahmins are what we need to have AD loyalty, right? Yeah. Their loyalty is not high enough, but this will allow us to do it in 5 years. So in 5 years, we'll be able to tick both of these at the same time, which will instantaneously trigger this to fire, and that'll be good. So we have the ability to do this if we want, where we need to take one province from you. Do we want to take one province from Kok? Because the other thing is that they're willing to vassalize, which means that I could, if I want, just deal with them later. We have a new trade person here. How much trade power do we have here? I have 5 trade value in this node, and I don't know why I have 5 trade value in the node, actually. Why do I have 5 trade value here? Okay, I'm not showing up on this list, so that's fine. Let's see. Lucas, doing our business here. I can probably, if I want, just Diplo vassalize my way through most of this region, actually, because most of this region is still pretty small players, and so I don't necessarily need to expand here militarily, and I should be focusing my military efforts on taking out big targets while I just utilize my Diplo power on this. Unfortunately, we do have 1 extra compared to what we want right now. You are in the boats. We've now got control of most of this coast of Africa. We have Marihan to deal with. We're going to wait until we have 3 claims on them, so we have a while before we're going to be declaring on them. And I guess that means that I can just leave this army here until these separatists are gone, actually. I don't need them to be moving right now. So I think this fleet can split up for now. We can upgrade these. Do I want to upgrade these as well? Yes, I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade my whole fleet. I have enough money, and getting my fleet up to date is, I think, going to be a valuable commodity. I did not actually send out my trader. Do we want to send them to Burma? Do I want to send them to here? Because I'm not actually controlling where this trade goes. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and transfer trade power here. That will allow us to move our portion south instead of having it transfer west, because we're not actually steering it. Okay. Oh, these guys walked over there instead. Well played. 28th, 24th. We don't want to arrive on the 24th. Okay, 28th, 28th. Yes, perfect. So these guys are just going to meet up here. It'll all work out fine. We've got 26 ducats coming in every damn month. And they actually finished the siege on this surprisingly quickly. And let's see here. We're just going to leave these guys here for right this moment. We are, in fact, just going to merge these together again. And who do we want to go after next? First things first, let's take a look here. Sunda actually has really high Liberty Desire because, like, they're pretty damn massive already. Like, that was a huge amount of territory to give them all at once. They don't have any real trust in me or anything like that. My Diplo rep is still kind of trash. Yeah, they have 100 development. So the just annex, like Diplo annexing, or not Diplo annexing, Diplo vassalizing them instantaneously gave me 100 development into my empire, which I find very cool. The Bamanis, we have a truce with for another 6 years, actually. So we have a while before we can go after them. That's interesting. We have an explorer ready. We could be exploring. I don't really want to right now. The other thing that I have to be wondering about is, do I want to... no, I don't want to spend admin power in the colonies. There's no real reason to, so I'm not going to. We've got... because I could speed up how quickly I get these colonial nations by just annexing people. It's a lot faster than colonizing the whole thing, but we're not going to do that. So Sunda's up there. We have a permanent claim on Cock. We have a claim on you if we want. But you have so many allies, I don't think it's going to be worth it to mess around with you. I just don't. We have some colonists out. We don't have the full thing. I'm kind of just waiting for this neighbor cost to change, because do I get a bonus to this if I'm ahead of time? I guess I do. This is only going to last for 3 years. No, I'm not going to do it. It's a waste of money. Okay, so this is the Explorer. Don't have to worry about you. We can make states. North Telangana. Right. I don't need to state you. There's no reason to turn that into a state. Let's see. Who's next? Oh, is this a... No, this is not a very wealthy province, apparently. So, we can't declare on the Bamanis, and we cannot... We can probably declare war on Vijayanagar if I want, but I don't really want to because I'm planning on taking so much territory off of the Bamanis, and it's going to piss people off. So I don't really want to get any aggressive expansion before I declare that war. I guess it makes a little bit of sense to maybe fabricate like one claim and then just go in and take that, because pretty much by the time Never mind. I still have 3 years left on this truce. Yeah, it's not worth it. 3 years is not a big enough time period between them. So, we don't need to go after Mutapa or Sofala anymore. We're done there. We have you. You are allied with Mutapa. Do we want to... Yes, we need to secure complete control here. We do not want anybody else to have the option of coming in here. So, that means popping in to deal with Kilwa's separatists. I don't know how these people have not actually broken the country yet. This is rather remarkable. We have integrated elites coming up very, very soon. Unfortunately, we are losing that one thing there. And we're not going to seek guild support. Don't need to do that. We can demand military support here if we want. Don't really need to right now. But yeah, hopefully... Oh, well, looks like we're fighting the Pretender Rebels. Bye. Okay. And the Pretender Rebel army has moved over to Bara or whatever. Once we wipe this army, we will be set. We're going to run on the 6th, unfortunately, so it's going to tick reinforcements for them. And there we go. So we won this. I think that will automatically make the Pretender Rebels go away completely. Not positive. You should be fine. I'm actually not going to worry about Kilwa. Kilwa should be able to handle this, handle Emarina on their own. So we're going to fabricate a claim on something. This is 6, this is 12. So we'll fabricate a claim here on Mogadishu. And we're going to fabricate a claim on Mereg as well. Those are two provinces that are both important to me. And let's see. We now have the question of, do we want to go after the Western African countries as well? The answer there is almost certainly yes. Okay, we can pick up integrated elites. That is going to get us all the way to 80% done here. One of the things that's nice about things like this is that it doesn't... it adjusts the total quantity that you need and does not adjust how much you've put in already. So since it doesn't change how much you've put in already, you basically get to have a good time. So we're going to go ahead and do Reconquest here. And we're basically going to pop right over here. And I guess we'll take control of this fort, question mark. I assume there's a fort here. And we're going to set Kilwa to aggressive. You know what, I'm going to set Kilwa to just default, because hopefully the default will be smarter. I find that the aggressive thing is a little weird and doesn't seem super useful, to be perfectly honest, because aggressive for the AI does not mean what you would think it would mean. Like, their definition of aggressive is very different than my definition of aggressive. Let's see here. So we've got one colony in the Caribbean already, and this is unfortunately controlled by them already, so go. Set a colonist here. We're going to take control of 2 of these, and the important thing is I'm going to try to take complete control of Cuba, and if I take complete control of Cuba, I think I should have enough like power there in terms of like my colonial nation's overall just military might. that they can just do the job. And these guys are just going to chill and do stupid things. So, let's see. What do I want you to do? Because no focus isn't what I want. Defensive isn't going to help too much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're just gonna slowly siege down their own provinces, I guess, and follow the enemy. Looks like they're gonna siege this instead of, they might not even, they might just walk over here. That would be pretty funny. Okay. Looks like they are, in fact, doing at least one thing, kind of, right? Hey, the Sunda fleet is here. Also, we see Mutapa's army. So since we can see Mutapa's army, we can actually bring the rest of this army out of here. We don't need this here because, as far as I can tell, that seems like it's probably their entire army. That is 17, 19. So their whole army is over here, which means I can bring this army to go wipe out the enemy army here. And these guys are going to try to come after my things. Poison rock. Oh, God. So you guys are going to pop over here and hopefully wipe out this army. And I should not have sent all 17,000 here. This is stupid of me. These guys are going to take a while to get back. And it might take too long to get back. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, man. Oh, mistakes were made, friends. Mistakes were made. Move these guys into Sofala. Oh, yeah, we are fucked. Oh, God, we are fucked. Oh, no. We have so long before these guys arrive. Oh, no. Why did you send everybody? You fool! Do not lose that entire army of cannons. Do not lose that entire army of cannons. Oh, God. Okay. They did not technically stack wipe the cannons. I do not have to rebuild the entire army, but I did lose basically every single cannon. So they basically stack wiped my cannons. Mistakes were made, friends. Do not leave 6,000 cannons completely by themselves. And then just wander off. Sunda is super aggro. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's painful. We can't get it under loan for me, right? Oh, can we have them investigate corruption? No, we have quite a while before we can do that again. We're going to take out a new loan. Okay. So sad. That was just so dumb of me. But, you know, if you're not doing dumb things, then you're not even trying. All is not diamonds that glitter. But all that glitters is gold. Okay. So, this army is doing fine-ish. You guys have a rank 9 military. I'm not going to be able to piece you out, right? I could potentially piece them out if I sit on their capital. I don't think I can. But you never know. Marina is currently fully sieged. And you can pop back to rejoin your compatriots. But yeah, I should have just sent like a few of those guys. I should not have sent the whole thing. That was very, very silly of me. Okay, we already sent those colonists out. They're doing fine. These guys are going to pop over here. And Mutapa, you know you want to peace out, right? You do not want to peace out. Fine. You will want to peace out, though. Oh, yes, you will. One of these days. So we're doing financially pretty well. I'm wondering if I want to build some thingers right now. That's interesting. These guys are being really aggro. I'm going to go ahead and move these guys over here. I'm a little concerned about this. How long before we do this? Oh, okay. These guys are actually going to to re-siege this. Okay, that's fine. Alright, this fleet needs to do some stuff. Hey, speed 111111. That was way too many ones, but you know, close enough. Welcome to the annexation, yes. Let's see, who else do we want to do what with? Let's take a look. We've got 38% with Sunda now, so they're actually doing, they're much happier to obey. We need to actually fabricate another claim over here. So let's get it here. This will allow us to sort of hop over to the next area, which will be good. And we can now look at this place and say, do we have any need to do? I think the answer is no. We're going to bring these guys with us, actually. This regiment is just going to pop over here. These guys are in Highlands, and I feel like if I just attack their army here... Oh, aggressive expansion, minus 20%. Come here, my pretties, indeed. So it's now May, and we are sitting on a higher-ranked military. We get a pretty decent boost to several mechanics. These guys are actually going to Sofala, so I'm going to dive Sofala. Profits before people, my friends. Always remember. You guys going to go in, or are you going to stay? Okay, you guys are going to go in. We're going to dive them here. It's coastline. There's not going to be any, like, problems, I don't think. Just make sure that we can't just peace out already. Yeah, we can't peace out. So we're going to have to just go for it. We should win this handily. Like, we have a pretty massive advantage because we have the numerical advantage as well as a sizable advantage in terms of our tech and other stuff. We cannot sue for peace yet. They are surprisingly not giving too many shits about the fact that they just lost a ton of troops. I would have definitely expected them to have lost some serious enthusiasm from that, but that was like, what, a couple of percent? That was nothing. They don't even care. It's like, oh, pfft. What's a few thousand troops? Interesting. So, an adventurer on his deathbed told a tale about a gold-covered king who washed the gold off while his attendants threw trinkets of gold and precious stone into the lake. The man claimed to have been rescued by El Hombre Dorado himself and seen a ritual golden city with his own eyes. Before he fell ill, he made a crude map that he says shows the way to El Dorado. Now, when we've arrived in Araxes, the landmark corresponds to one of a few roughly drawn on the there. So I guess I could do this. This gives me a bonus until the end of the game, which is, you know, why not? Let's do it. The search for El Dorado begins. We're not going to find it because it doesn't exist, but that's beside the point. We actually can find it. Despite the fact that El Dorado has never actually existed, you can, in fact, find it in-game. And that's cool. We can peace out with Mutapa. We don't need anything from them. They're not relevant to our interests. They are not actually part of the Zanzibar node. They don't have any territory that I need. So we're basically just going to leave them for last. They are not a trade company area, and as such, we do not want to deal with them. So we're going to wait until these guys get back, and then we will be moving on. So once we finish the annexation of Bengal, we will be... Oops, I thought that I'd sent all these armies back, but apparently not. Once we finish the annexation of Bengal, we'll be good to go in a lot of ways, actually. That's going to give us a huge boost to our economy. And we are going to take this. This is part of the war goal and won't cost anything extra. And we are set. Done. Okay. We are going to be annexing Kilwa soon as well. They are kind of big, and we don't want them here. We want to be the sole proprietor of this establishment. We are going to go ahead and deal with our unrest here. How are we doing here? We have 3% unrest from these. So the Moravian separatists are actually a sizable contingent here. And do we want to start building things? We can start building manufactories if we want. I'm not even sure. I think I'm going to. We're going to start building a couple manufactories. Manufactories are very useful. As your production efficiency increases, it scales up how valuable the things are. Do I want to just do this, I guess? Because we're going to be... I guess I can do this now, and then I should hopefully be... We're technologically ahead in all categories, so we are going to get this now. I should have done the admin as soon as I finished the others. Okay, so we have... Who are we behind? It's so funny. Instantaneously we're behind. So who are we behind? That sucks. I don't want to lose in this. Because we're getting a 3% reduction right now to our power costs. That's not bad at all. And Vijayanagar is causing problems for us. So who is it that we are behind? Is it you? I think it's you. I think it's the Bamanis. It's Bamanis, and we're behind them in Diplotech. So, what does that mean for us? Don't want the trade efficiency person. I want to keep spending my Diplo power. I want to be doing it quick. I want to finish up the annexation of Bengal. And I guess we're going to move this army north into Marehan. They're allied with Mara, Wailata, and Hadramaut. So it looks like Wailata is surprisingly willing to join this war. I would not have expected them to be so enthusiastic, considering that they are currently mostly sieged before the war even begins. But that's fine. And the other thing is, I need to think about what I want to do over here as well. But it's fine. We're going to move these guys out, actually. We should, I think, be able to just... Oh, we can't tick this quite yet. We're very close, but we're not quite there. Now we can. So we can tick this up. We're going to, and there we go. So our truce with Vijayanagar is over. We're not going to be going after them yet. Ooh! Yes, please. So that is 2 stability. That is great. That gives us a little bit of a buffer so that we can keep positive stability even if we lose a bit of stability. Not too shabby. Now then, we've got these guys over here. We have 1 more month ticked here, I think. Yep. That is sufficient. So we can fabricate a claim on something. So do we have the ability to do... Yeah. So we have these provinces. We can do Merka or Warshik. We're going to do Warshik, I think. This is a slightly better province, but Warshik has the advantage that it will merge the 3 of these together into one location. I think that's better. Okay, so we are going to put these guys in the boats, and we are ready to declare, I think. We are not ready to declare. I forgot. We actually need to annex somebody else. We need to start the annexation process on... Can we do Cochin yet? No. Do I want to do a large-scale annexation right now, or do I want to start annexing some of the smaller ones? So give me a second. I have Kilwa, Cochin. So Cochin makes sense to vassalize, or sorry, to integrate. I can't start doing this until next year, though. So I think that we are going to annex Kilwa right now. So this is going to cost a pretty considerable amount, but we'll get it done eventually. We are going to stop building a spy network here. So in 25 days, we will be declaring war on Marihan. We'll have already annexed Bengal at that point, and we can see how much further we need to go. So... I stand corrected. We have a little bit more to go here. That's fine, though. So, we can declare this if we want. We have 25,000 troops. They have a rank 10 military. We have rank 11. So we are a little bit ahead, but not very far ahead. Interestingly enough, we're actually behind technologically here. I'm not sure why we're behind on military tech. Did I spend a bunch of stuff? I guess I spent a bunch on colonialism, but that was a long time ago. In any event, we're just going to go ahead and declare this. We have, I guess, Mogadishu, we might as well. So let's take Mogadishu. Mara, Hadramut, Leta. Hadramut is here, and Mara is here. So we have a couple of minor nations over there that we can do stuff with. And interestingly enough, I could, if I wanted, take control of this province as well. It's not a terribly large one, so it wouldn't cost me that much. I'm going to want to pick this up. So we're going to be behind in Diplotech for a while, actually. All right, we're making the declaration. This is the largest of the entities here. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I was gonna say, like, did the leader seriously stay behind with the one dude? So these guys are going to pop into Mogadishu, and we should be able to pretty effectively just carpet siege these guys down. Bengal is now integrated, and we can take a look. We can convert provinces, which is fine. Let's go ahead and start converting you. That seems easy enough to do. And let's take a look over here. We can state these provinces up, assuming there's any to state. I think there are. Yep. So we have several states to make. This is not one we're going to. We already have this one. And we're going to go ahead and state this. We already have the thing, so... Let's take a look here. This is saying we have 36%. I do not think that that is accurate. I'm pretty sure we have more than that. Either way, we are in fact going to start pumping our stuff here. Do we want... there it is. Do we want to give this to the Vaishyas? Their current stuff is 78%. So we are, yes, going to give this to them. And this to them as well, I think. And as long as we don't give them any more power, we should be fine. Oh, I can't upgrade this during our loop. Okay, that's fine. So we'll see how much trade power we have in that area now. once this ticks. I guess I should probably be looking at the war, not at that. Okay, so these guys are now going to pop back over here, grab the army, so that they are not just puttering around. And oh, so we do have military access here, so we didn't even need to come pick this army up. I'll move you here. This is steppes. Okay, they have a mid-sized fleet over here. Oh, nice. I like that. Alright, so we're just going to pop over here. Should work fine. We'll at the very least be able to see the coastal provinces, get an idea of what's going on over there. They have a pretty decent sized fleet, actually. It's not too shabby. So we're just going to keep moving this way. We might want to just dump these guys on the capital. And we are suffering a lot of attrition, actually. Though, I guess, probably more so than the attrition that we're experiencing. Hey, holy shit! El Dorado, city underwater. So, very cool. Yariyu gets El Dorado until the end of the game. So Lake Guatavita is rumored to be the lake where the Golden King washes off the gold dust. He's covered in a ritual that stretches over several days. Several trinkets made of gold and covered in precious stones have been found in the water. And our conquistadors started an ambitious project, trying to drain the lake by using a bucket chain of laborers. Though they've worked tirelessly for 3 months, the water level has only been reduced by 10 feet and only a small amount of gold has been recovered. Interesting. So Yariyu has been... So this province just became way more valuable. That's very cool. I actually like that. Okay, but I was thinking that this was going to be, like, you find some, like, fully developed city. This is, like, this is more of, like, an archaeological finding. This belongs in a museum. We should steal this from the people who currently control it. Because that's how we roll. Okay. So we now have a ton of money. We should probably start using it to build more manufactories. So do that. And let's build one here, because that seems useful. So we currently control only 52% of the trade in this node. So Jaunpur controls a decent bit. Ava controls a lot. We have the claims on everything that they have. All this is something that we can take whenever we want. We're going to want to do that soon, actually, because that's quite a lot of trade that we're losing there. We don't want to lose our money to them. So Tirhut is collecting. Garjat is substantial, but Garjat is my vassal. It's okay. So it looks to me like we're going to need to just start consolidating our trade power, basically. It's not a big deal. So these guys are going to pop over here, actually. This is Highlands. I don't want to dive into the Highlands. These guys are going to pop over here since they're not currently coming toward me. And do I want to set these guys on a mission to do... They have 21,000 troops here. So these guys are probably coming my way. This is steppes. So with this being steppes, I could dive them, and it would probably be reasonably effective. Wileta is not one of these people, so... Hadramut has a rank 10. So yeah, I think we're fine. We're just going to move these guys here and call it a day. They have actually a very sizable military here. That is a very sizable military that they've got here. Holy shit, that is a gigantic military that they have here. Holy crap. We may need to bring a larger army. because we only have 25,000 troops here. And we do not have a great general right now. We do have 10% discipline, which is, you know, really quite strong. But that is a lot of... That is a lot. That's a lot of army right there. So I think we're just going to chill on this. It should be fine. Move these guys here, I guess. Do I want to do that even? It's probably going to be fine. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. I'm actually very concerned about this. Well, I don't like the way that this is looking. That's way more troops than I was expecting them to have. So, let's see here. I think we are going to... I think we're going to pull this army over here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, because that's giving my entire army the ability to get attrition. But I'm not comfortable with this. So, Bahia has become self-sustaining. We just won this siege, and that's good. They have 36,000 troops all chilling in this one spot. This is coastal desert over here. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to blockade enemy ports in the Arabian Sea. I think we should be okay doing that. And it looks like they're all just going to chill here. Are they going to split even? Okay, so we've got one quick murder going on here. Colonial Caribbean is the sole domain of Castile now. So it looks like we are just going to move these guys over here to deal with this. We've lost... That was fast. They just got this siege back instantaneously. I don't have a settler. We need to get this settler going. Okay, send that guy. Sorry about that. Mistakes were made. And we do not have... the ability to siege this very quickly. I think we're going to actually need to do some work here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like this shirt because it allows me to, like, basically just be a floating head because the shirt itself is green. I really enjoy it. It makes me happy. Alright, so let's see. You know what? We're going to do this. It's fine. And we can go ahead and detach a blockade here as well. And then keep sending them forward. Because this is actually a pretty safe place to do this kind of stuff. Because of the fact that they have no way of getting in here. Oh, nice. More admin ideas. So, you guys can detach a blockade again. This is 4 ships. This is... yeah, they don't have any Carracks in this fleet either, so we should hypothetically be able to... oh, God. We have attrition over here that we need to deal with. And best way to deal with that is to send a couple of troops out to take control of one of these provinces, I guess. Whoa, we cannot get to there. There she blows. Okay, so we're at 11%, and that is a sizable amount of troops, which means that we can actually just carpet siege them now. So we don't need this whole army to be sitting here because their army is no longer here. Their army is now all the way over here fucking around. So with them doing that, I should hypothetically be able to carpet siege them. Making a pretty good amount of money off of getting all this stuff. Also, I don't even need these infantry here, probably. You know, let's not. Just in case. Just in case. I'm gonna go ahead and move over here. We still have the Carracks with us, so we should have an easy time blowing these up. Okay, that is... Hey, we got an extra transport. Perfect. Perfectamundo. So, we do have some attrition going on over here. We're going to just move over here, take control of this. Go here, go here, go here. Let's see. So Killa is going to just be having some serious trubs here. But as long as we still see 30-some thousand troops down there, we know that they don't really have any anywhere else. So we're up to 17% war score. We can go ahead and merge these together, take just the cannons and move the cannons down here. Move these guys over here, I guess. And start getting this done. So we're up to 17% war score. We still don't control any of the provinces that we want. There we go. We now have the +2 to our Diplo power per month. We're only annexing Killa at 1, which is not a ton. I'm actually really glad that my heir died. Because if my heir hadn't died, then I could have easily been in trouble here. So, well, not really. I would have wasted some more stuff. Let's see. You guys are going to pop over here. And how are we doing? We are hemorrhaging troops, honestly. This war has been more costly than I would have liked. So the 6 cannons are going to just sit on their capital. And we should hypothetically, I think, be able to piece Waleta out. And we've still got their entire army just going south. So we should be fine. We should be totally fine here. I'm liking this. The way that this is going is good for me. So we're going to split you, and you are going to move down here. That is a Carrack. I do not want the Carrack to be fighting me right now without my Carracks. Unfortunately, the Carrack is going to arrive before my ships do, because I wasn't paying enough attention. It's okay. I don't think a single Carrack is going to destroy any of my ships. Like a Carrack with no leader is not going to break anything before I get there. There we go. And you guys are doing fine-ish. Okay, these guys are no longer actually doing anything, so we'll just move them here. And these guys are going to pop into the capital of Waleta. I don't think this is going to be too useful. Because they haven't lost their army. So without them having lost their army, I don't think they're going to, like, just give up. You usually have to take out their army before they're willing to just peace out arbitrarily. That said, these guys over here can consolidate together. I have 7 ships here, and I'm going to get these armies here on the ships and put them over here. Because if they're over here, we should be able to accomplish our objective. So we just need to get this capital done. And these guys, we might be able to peace out just because they have so much territory that I can carpet siege, and I've got them blockaded. The blockade really does help. So we've won the Siege of Galkayo. Having coastal provinces is in some ways a serious like threat to you. We actually can peace out Waleta, so we're going to do that. This is Waleta, right? Yes. So we're piecing out Waleta. So no more Waleta. See ya Waleta. And you guys are not willing, but you might actually be willing just for me wandering into their capital. I might not even need to siege down everything else. So, for you guys, we have 1, 2, 3 claims, and we can actually already peace out, so we don't need to fuck around with everyone else before we do it. Cool beans. So this will piss off Marahan and Malindi and nobody else. And Marahan and Malindi, we're just going to be, they're just going to keep punching. So, boop. And now everybody can consolidate together. And you guys can come back. And you guys can come back. And everybody can come back. So, bum bum bum. All set. And we are in good shape. How are we doing over here? So, we've now taken control of a little bit more of the trade power over here. And we're going to need to send a merchant there eventually, but we don't have to worry about it right this second. Who is this? Are you on your way somewhere? Yes, you are. Okay, so you guys should be fine. Everybody should be okay. Got our colonists on the way. Everything's golden. So, Vijayanagara we do not have a truce with anymore. We do still have a truce with you for about 1 year. So we have 1 year before we're going after the Vimanis. 1 year is a very short amount of time. You are still allied. You are allied with Ning now, so I'm not going to be going after you directly. Not anytime soon, anyway. They do have a large alliance chain, though, which means that I could, if I wanted, go in and break those alliances pretty easily. Just by targeting the weakest link in the alliance chain. So, okay, Garjat just lost their person. Send in the royal marriage offer. All set. So hopefully we get the +2 bonus for a considerable amount of time. My ruler needs to live for a while so that we can take advantage of that 6 Diplo skill for longer. Though, now that I think about it... Yep, this person is actually perfect. The +2 bonus that I'm going to get to my Diplo skill is going to perfectly set me to 6. So that's actually great. We have 12,000 troops chilling here. We have the ability to just move them in, I guess. We can convert a new province. We will go ahead and convert you. These provinces are not that expensive to convert. And do I want to... I could just promote this guy. The problem is that if I promote him, he's going to be really expensive. I think he's going to cost 6. I think this guy's half price. So, not entirely sure how I want to handle that. How are you guys doing? They are not super happy, but they're not causing too many problems. Okay, so I can keep fabricating claims on all these people. So Malindi, we should keep building a spy network. We will eventually be building a spy network over in Marahan as well. Let's see. Ooh. This is interesting because we have 4 out of 5, so we're actually fine here. Do I want to do this one, or do I want to do this one? This gives me an extra Diplo relations slot, which is not terrible. And this gives me a global reduction to unrest. I'm going to take the global reduction to unrest. That's, I think, more useful because of the fact that my ruler is old, so I don't necessarily want to go over my normal limit. And we have one more loan, and that's it. We have another Carrack here. This is an early Carrack. We're going to go ahead and upgrade all these ships. And we are going to consolidate these guys into this fleet as well, I think. So once this fleet is ready, because it has all of its troops here, we can move on. So we've started the annexation of Kilwa. And unfortunately, we're not going to get the Loyal Vassals event with the way that we're currently playing. But that's okay. These guys do need to be repaired eventually. Or not repaired, they need to be upgraded eventually, but it's going to be a while before we do that. And we're going to be unfortunately losing innovativeness for a while. Because... Wait, we just got a bonus to our Diplo relations. Perfect. Okay, so we're currently sitting on a -1 to our Diplo relations, but we just got another bonus. So that means that we have the ability to get our next vassal under control. The next vassal that we want, I think, is going to be Junadaga here. So we're going to go ahead and start working on them. That will give me one of the things that I need to form Bharat. Do I actually want to get them, though? Is there someone else that I'd rather just take very quickly? I guess I can't really annex people that quickly right now, so... You guys are doing your thing. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the ships. There's only one ship that's going to get upgraded from this. It's presumably one of the ones that I stole. We get only 300 per month, which is not that much. We actually do not have that much manpower. And do we want to... do something here? Okay, first of all, we actually need to start improving our relations with our vassals so that we can annex them. There's no reason to keep them around for any longer than we have to. We should be annexing them right this moment. So let's start improving our relations with Cochin. This is ridiculous. And we are ready to declare on them soon. We'll cancel the Cochin thing when we're ready to declare. We do have quite a lot of permanent claims here, so... So the war over here is going interestingly. And we have 3 years before we trigger the next institution. So I'm going to have enough to get early modern administration soon. That'll give me another 3 states available, but that's not terribly relevant. We haven't been capping on states. These guys here, no. Stop trying to be slaving people. Okay, we are going to stop relations improvement over here. And we're going to make this war declaration now. And Kote will not join the war. Candy will join the war. Candy is not sitting on any things. Also, I should have done this. I should have done this before, and I'm going to do it now. Let's see here. We have, first of all, do we want to set Castile as a rival? Because, oh my god, are you tiny? Castile, what the hell is going on with you? Alright, we are going to go to our country. We're going to set diplomatic feedback. And we are going to basically tell our vassals that we want everything. And I mean everything. There we go. Okay, so we now have the ability to just make this declaration. They will be bringing one ally into this, but that's it. We're going to set the war goal as, I don't know, Pinakunda, probably. Do we have that as an available? But I guess we don't. PT? Do we have PT? That's fine. We'll just set East Berar as the war goal. It's easy to get to. Oh, maybe we should. No, we'll do East. We'll do Bidar. Bidar is easy to get to. So we'll do this. We're going to make this declaration, and we are going to look at our vassals and say, "What are you guys going to do? You guys should be sieging. You guys should probably be sieging." We're just going to set everyone to siege. Actually, I think that's the easiest way to handle this. And you guys are sitting on a rank 11 military, just like me. And they might get a rank 12 military sooner rather than later. That would be unfortunate, but if that happens, we'll just have to deal with it. So Bidar is over here. We have no cannons here. We have no cannons here. And we can, I guess, just start moving forward. Let's take a look at how many troops we are facing off of right now. There's a total of 35,000 Domani's troops. Hapsan has 2,000. Who is Hapsan? Oh, you're Hapsan. Interesting. Very interesting. And one thing that I do want to find out before I do anything else is, I guess I can't do that yet. Hi, friends. Bye, friends. Okay. So, we've done that. We need to go ahead and repair damaged ships and send the rest of them over here. So, by sending these troops over here, these ships over here, we are preventing Candy from getting over here, or yes, Candy from getting over here. We need to send some troops over to Bidar. So we're going to send just the cannons, I guess. And I guess we'll send half of this army for now. I'm not going to send half this army. We're going to send this entire army. We're going to send them with a leader. Okay, we do not need to send this whole army. We need to send none of them because we now know where their army is. So, actually, we do still need to send half of these guys because I think they have 30,000 troops, which means that they could hypothetically have troops going over here. You don't want to give them time to be sitting on your cannons. And this fleet can actually just split in half, I think. I don't know where the rest of their fleet is, but I don't think we're going to have too many troubles just chilling here and calling it a day. So they're just going to chill in the Garjati territories. We've got 6 Carracks here. So I do not want to take control of this province. I want to leave that province for now. And since we do have most of the enemy forces accounted for, we are going to start sending people to start accumulating war exhaustion. Okay. And as long as they're willing to just chill over here, we shouldn't have to actually get directly engaged with them. And as soon as they start doing something dangerous, I can start moving over. Like, as soon as they have a siege, I can jump in and start lifting the siege. For now, it looks like they are comfortable just puttering around, doing nothing important. Nice. So we got a thinger there. We are actually going to take this army and just move it back. We don't need this army here, and there's no reason to take all that attrition for no reason. Those guys just got an instant wall breach on this siege. So do I want to do something about it, or do I want to just leave them? I don't like letting them have a siege. So I think what we're going to do, I don't think I have to actually do much. These guys are on autonomous rebel suppression, because of course they are. What we're going to do is we're going to move this army over here. We'll then have 26,000 troops here. Why do you not have enough troops? Oh, this is a rank 3 fort. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we need this one guy to go here as well. I thought it was a rank 2 fort. And we're going to cancel autonomous suppression of rebels and start moving toward these guys. Move this army over here as well. The hope here is basically that we can get them to cancel those sieges without even having to fight them. I don't want to fight their army, I just want their army to stop sieging. And it's entirely possible that this is going to tick right now and prevent me from accomplishing anything at all. And that is Defender's Desert, and they broke the siege off. As soon as these guys are locked in, and they are, we are running right back. We don't have any reason to be fucking around with their army. They just did the same thing over here, where they got an instant thinger, so I guess, never mind, we're going to have to do the same thing. We have to break this siege off because they somehow did that. They shouldn't have been able to do it manually, because they don't have any cannons, so they shouldn't be able to breach the walls. They don't have a navy here or anything like that. So these guys are locked in going away, which means that we can just pull back. So the AI is going to screw around over here for a long time, accomplishing basically nothing. And it looks to me like they've now gone over to a fort over here that is no problem for me. You guys need to stop getting together. Do not need to be hanging out. They're a bad influence on you. You don't need to hang out with those people. Sucks. Okay. And actually, we can't just chill here. You guys should probably join up with one of the other fleets. And they now have 2 separate sieges that they are running simultaneously. These guys can basically just pop over here. And we have a decent chance to pop one of these within the next month or so. Not a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination, but we've got a pretty decent chance. Do I want to do this? This will give me... Will I be ahead? Yes. So it looks like being ahead of time overrides the behind neighbors modifier. So as long as you are ahead of time, you can't get the behind neighbors modifier, and that's really great. So these guys are at 35%. These guys are at this other percent. Do I want to do this? I don't think so. I can just pop over here. And if I jump these guys, the other army will probably try to help them. And that'll be good. So merge these together. Drop these guys up here. And we can now say, Yahoo! We have all this territory to expand into. We only have 23,000 troops up here, which is not awesome. Vaishya's losing 15 influence is actually good for me. We're going to do this. Lose some mercantilism, and that's fine. So basically, if I can just cancel both of these sieges by getting these guys dead and the other guys to lift their siege to help, then I'll be happy. But it looks like these guys are not actually going to help these others at all for some reason. I don't know why. I would expect them to. Okay, we are now going to be charging this other army over here. Oh shit, I didn't see you. Problem? Oh god, this is all my fucking cannons, isn't it? Oh god, this is why you do not send your cannons alone. That was a mistake. Oh god, that was a big mistake. Oh, it's gonna be very costly. Okay, do we want to dive you? If I start diving you, will you try to leave? You will not? Question mark. Doesn't look like they're willing to try and leave. This is grassland. It's not really an optimal place for me to be fighting them. So I'd like to, I guess, just pull back for now. I'm gonna want to dive them when I have the thinger. But yeah, I just lost all my cannons again like a dang noob. I was not expecting that there were gonna be all those troops over here. So hopefully this doesn't tick, but it did. So that ticked. We're just gonna do what? I guess we're gonna have to either wipe this army or just deal with the fact that life is sad. So this army is gonna go here. This army is going to, I guess, consolidate with somebody at some point. I want to put these guys in Nander. Nander is my territory, which is useful. You want them to be in your own territory because they reinforce at half the speed in hostile territory, even if you've got the occupied territory. They reinforce at half the rate. So we have another 6,000 troops, basically, that we just lost because I'm an idiot and just sent my cannons to die for no damn reason. Don't do dumb things and you won't lose all your cannons. That is a lot more troops than I thought that was going to be. So, here's a question. How much territory can we take from you right now? I think that everything that I'm currently adjacent to here is... We don't have Advani. So if we take everything that's adjacent to us, that's 80 war score and gives us 91 aggressive expansion. Look at that. It does not piss off anyone other than the Bamanis, though. If I take this as well, this, we're looking at 104, and still nobody gives a crap. So we are going to want to get 100% war score here, which means that I need to basically get all my armies together, because right now I'm losing a lot of troops to the fact that I'm an idiot. They have a pretty decent number of troops over here. I'm going to just pop over here. And we need to consolidate this army and start wiping these guys, I think. We have 1,000 troops here. Can I run away before this? No, they're going to stack wipe me here. That was just what happens when you attack into 8,000 troops when you only have 2,000. So these guys are split, and they are, I think, going to lock in going over here. Yes, they are. Ooh, how novel. Cabinet of Curiosities. 200 ducats. That's pretty cheap. And I wasn't paying enough attention, and so these guys are going to get stack wiped, probably. This guy needs to be put in charge here. And they don't have a... They did not upgrade their army, no. Okay. And they are going to stack wipe me here. God damn it. That really sucks. Okay, well... How many troops do you have? They have 5 cannons in this army? I have... How many... I have a lot of cannons. So I would be able to flank them. I'm going to see if they... Yeah, they canceled that, which means that I can actually pull over here. Maybe I should have actually brought these guys over here, huh? Did I? Oh my god, I stole the general from the army that was going in to fight their god tier general. Wow, I am an idiot. Okay, we need to actually seriously come to terms with how much I suck at this game. Like, for realsies. Let's see. It's a problem. Like, it's a serious problem right now. And what are we going to do here? We have... this situation going fine. They have quite a lot of troops coming back. And I just need to... I need to give the proper care and attention to actually figuring out where these are. Okay, so these guys are actually going to try to sync up with their other army. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to interfere with that. That's fine. So we just court all those. That's useful. We are at a serious troop deficit right now. But the sieges are currently going fine. These guys are heading to Sompur. They're going to Patna now. That's great. These guys are going to Raipur. These guys are going to Patna. They're both retreating in different directions. And I think... they're now continuing to retreat in different directions, which is, I guess, useful. These guys are getting to Kankar way faster than I expected. That's an interesting fight. So it looks like we're going to lose this here, because they've got 11,000 troops coming over. That's sad, but we did win this. And unfortunately, we can't siege this back without suffering attrition. So I think we're just going to leave that province sieged for now. And on the plus side, oh, no, okay. For a second I thought that these guys like all turned around and went the other way, but that is not what happened. So you guys are going to pop down here. We have royal marriage offer from Tirhut. And are you vassalable? Nope, not even close. So you are vassalable. So I could go after you, but I'm not planning on doing that, right? We have bigger fish to fry. We have 3 provinces that we need to fabricate claims on. We have Lamu, and we have Kismayo, and we have Barawa. And once we've got all 3 of those, we'll be done fabricating here. Do we want to... we should be improving our relations with our vassal. That's the most important thing right now. And this is at negative 21%. And we have a surprisingly low limit here. Those guys are going to get wiped out. The Kilwa army is just going to die. These guys are going to Washim for some reason. They are locked in going here. We have twice as many troops. They have a rank 12 military now, so that's something to consider. That does give them a military tactics boost. So, with that being the case, and we have no cannons. This army does not have any cannons. So we're actually going to turn this army around, and we're going to say, no, you don't want to go in there. Don't be dumb. Okay, you do want to go in there? Okay, well, fine, don't be dumb. And did we just win the siege? Yes, we did. Okay, we just won another siege, and we have 50% war score now. We're not going to be able to peace out yet, so we're not going to try yet. Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, speaking of Rajputs, we now are at 35%. Still can't get them to 40. I'm really looking forward to... Oh! Do I have to be at peace? I don't think so. Alright, boom. Servitors of Jagannath. So we get +1 tolerance to the true faith. So, ceremonies of the Great Temple of Puri and the log in which the Jagannath manifests itself have at times been ridiculed and mocked by foreign rulers, but in Orissa, Jagannath, the Lord of the Universe, is undisputably the most popular deity. Supporters of Jagannath and the priests have also been unwavering for Raja Kapilendra, the founder of our dynasty. Now the time has come for our dynasty to repay the debt. We should patronize the temple of Puri and elevate the worship of Jagannath as the primary cult of our kingdom. I feel like cult is probably not the word I would use to refer to a legitimate religion, but sure. We do not want to be fighting the hills. So we want them to arrive, and then what's going to happen is we're going to do this. We're going to dive you now. 12,000 troops. We have 30,000. We can't get there from there. Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah, well, maybe not then. We should have done this differently. Okay. Can we get here on time? We will arrive on the 21st. They will arrive on the 23rd, so we should be fine. We have twice as many troops here, so I feel like the advantage that they have to military tech is not going to be meaningful enough to make up for just how far outnumbered they are. And let's see here. We've got a bunch of cannons that are lying around here. Who left these cannons lying around? It's like they want them to get destroyed. Except not at all, because this is not a good engagement. Because these guys are going to show up. If this was just cannons, that would be one thing, but it's not, so. We actually need to go to here. Hopefully we get there in time. Oh, nice. Oh, shit. I have free colonists. Failure is my thing. I do not. I'm usually much better about my colonists than this. I'm not sure why I'm fucking this up so badly. Okay. Presumably just because I suck at life. Oh, good. I have a vassal working on the back lines for me. That is very useful. And I wish that I could... I can't steal manpower from anybody, can I? It'd be really nice if I could get the Rajput residents, but... Okay, Havana has become self-sustaining. I actually don't need to do anything there. We're going to go ahead and convert you. And I'm actually curious with this war if I'm... Based off of how this is going right this second, I think that I'm probably best off doing what I'm doing right now, which is trying to go for a more major win. But It's a little hard to say. Lose 2 inflation. So this is just a terrible, terrible thing to do. There's no reason to do that. We're going to do this instead. We lose a little bit of control over those provinces, but that's fine. They're just going to wander off somewhere else. They're now at 7% here, which is unfortunate, but they have no actual leader of this army. But it's a pretty nice balanced army. I don't think that we want to go after it. And luckily we are at least annexing 1 vassal right now, so we do get some benefit out of the thing. Sundanese peasants have risen up. Sunda can deal with their peasants on their own. I don't need to worry about it. I don't know who's going to tick first, because this was behind me, but they seem to actually have more thinger than I do for some reason. So Candy is still very happy with this war. And I guess I should split these guys up since it's the one here. Whoa! Hello, friends. You don't want to come to here. Don't be silly. It actually is quite annoying that the AI does that continuously. So we just lost this siege because, of course we did. We just got Mogadishan separatists. That's suboptimal. So we just won this siege, and we're at 55% war score now. So the question becomes, how expensive is it going to get to take more than what we've already got? I'm going to wait 1 more month just so that I can get this ticked up. And then these guys are going to jump over here. These guys are going to pop over here. So those separatists make me sad. We are now at 191, but it's December, which means that's going to tick down if I start puttering around. So we're actually going to wait yet another month, because that's interesting. So we have Marahan separatists as well. Let's see. So this has 10%. Yeah, we could have dealt with this just by increasing the local autonomy. So printing press has spawned. We now have to we're definitely going to have to force the printing press, which is going to be expensive, but it should be doable. Okay. The other thing is, how much is it going to cost me to core everything that I'm taking here? Okay, we need to get you back. This is grasslands. So 58% war score right now. They breached the walls here, which means that if we want to keep this war going, we're definitely going to have to retake that. So we're going to stop taking these two. And I think we're not going to take East Berar. We could just not take Karanja. And now we have a peace offer value that is... Each one of these is 10. Unfortunately, I'm not sitting on this fort. Sitting on that fort would help me a bit. This fort is at 0%. This fort is also at 0%. So, do I want to... I guess I can just wait for a couple more ticks as well. Because they have a shit ton of troops here, but yeah, I don't have to worry about this ticking on this particular day. So now it's just a matter of seeing how much I can take. Oh wait, we're gonna wait. We want to wait for the month to tick. Okay, so the month ticking influences the way that the AI feels about this business. So, can't take you, can't take you. So, if I don't take this, that's a war score of 63, which I think is the maximum that I'm going to be able to get here with this particular setup. And I think I'm actually happy with that. I think 63% war score victory is not too bad. I am going to be able to core all this pretty quickly, not immediately. And we can send this. Wasn't the best timing on declaring because they did get the next rank of military tech before I did. Now, unfortunately, we have a few options here, and they're not necessarily great options. So, you guys are going to... Do I want this? No, this army is not what I want. You are an 8 supply level 25. You guys are all going to Bidar. Pop everybody here to Bidar. This army is doing the autonomous suppression. And now we are going to go over here and we're going to upgrade all of our thingers because we're no longer at war. Which means that we can. So we have local autonomy here. I don't want to lose. If I do this, I'll potentially have problems when I take the other stuff down. Let's see. Anything else that we want to do here? We have those done. We do not control this. We do control this now. No, Golconda controls this. Wait, what? We do control this, so I could do this. And we're going to. Bidar, we are going to upgrade once we have gotten that wrapped. We are currently annexing you, and I think we're actually going to chill for a little bit. And why did our relations with you just drop? Oh, because we annexed another vassal. Like, oh, why is there... Are you kidding me? We just lost a bunch of admin power. So that sucks. Okay, how are we doing here? We got 19,000 troops, and we need to recoup our armies. Our armies are not in a great position right now, and I just realized that we need to get these guys to the coast because we need to bring them over to deal with the other shit. And everybody's going to a donkey. And you do not need to still be here. That's completely wasteful. We'll send you to here. So we're going to formally get control of this. We do have the British West Indies and Cuba competing right now, which is fine. And the hope here is that we can get the largest nation in that region so that we can basically deal with this. So we have 5 carracks and 25 transports right now. How far away are we from getting our declaration on you? We have a truce for 2 more years. So 2 more years of truce should go pretty quick. So Junarog is sending us an alliance offer. That is something that we can do. They're currently warring against Jean-Paul and someone else. Okay. Let's go ahead and accept this. This is somebody that I had intended to vassalize anyway. That will give us control of the next piece of Bharat. We won't actually have met the requirement for it until we move ourselves to the other place, but so Mogadishan separatists are doing their thing, causing their problems. And now we have I have to get Spanish Square. And I have to get that quickly. Oh, speaking of getting it quickly, I can just get it now without having any penalty if I give something to the Rajputs, I think. So you want to just give this to the Rajputs. So give them 38%. That's not quite enough. And this province, we can go ahead and give this to them, and that will give them 40.4. With 40.4, I can recruit a Rajput general, which is great. We can enlist some Rajput regiments. That gives them 5%. And we can, I guess, not do anything else. So we'll just take 100, which is not really what we want, but whatever. So how are we doing on leaders? We got this guy who is basically trash. Okay, well, fine. So these guys are here, and we can hit this button and give you an actual leader. This fleet has no real reason to stay here, I don't think. So we're going to move these guys. Garjat changed their form of government to republic. Interesting. Do I have any reason to be over here now? I don't really want to fight Ming. I'm surprised that Ming actually recovered. They had a bunch of rebels running around, and they had other things going on. But that's fine. We're going to just move these guys to protect trade in one of these places. I could send them to Coromandel. We don't really have that much trade power here. So I think I'm going to send them to Coromandel. Okay. I should have actually just used Influence Nation on Cochin. That would have been a better way to handle this, rather than waiting all these months. I'm actually just going to leave these here. I know that I'm going to be suffering attrition, but it's fine. It's fine. The supply limit on all of these is perfectly fine, so we should, hypothetically, be able to deal with all of our problems. There we go. I don't really need to see what's going on with my subjects most of the time. Occasionally it's important, but it's generally not. It's easier to just click on it when I need it. That's not at all what I wanted. Okay. Clicking on all the buttons. And let's see, regimental camp. We have, ooh, look at that, 0.62, not bad. This is 0.65, I should put that. That's fine though. Let's see. Interesting. So, we got a little bit of admin power. We're not going to be using that admin power immediately. And that is a pretty sizable number of extra regiments here. So it turns out you can get quite a lot of regiments from these guys. And the cost to reinforce these guys is cheaper as well, so that's not too shabby. So I have not cored everything, so we're going to start doing that. So we'll do this. And now we have, let this get too high. Do we want to start annexing you now? I think we do. Do I actually want to keep declaring over here right now? Now that I think about it, I'm going to have a bit of a power deficit for a while. Because I'm going to be getting my other stuff done. I need to force that institution. So since I'm going to be forcing that institution, it might make sense to not declare any more wars at all for a while, and to instead just focus on my current stuff. Okay, I think that's actually what we're going to do. So we are going to, this is very expensive. It's more expensive than I want. Okay, so we're going to finish up this spy build-up, and then we are actually going to start working on getting these guys as a proper vassal. Once those guys are vassalized, we can then move on to someone else. So what I might want to do, I can't get Gujarat right now. I don't want these guys, right? Because these guys have a penalty to the thinger. Baglana has the issue that I can't directly just vassalize, or I can't just directly annex them. I can vassalize and then annex Coke immediately. I could probably do the same with Tripura. Okay, we're taking the Spanish square, and now we have 6 more years before we have to worry about that again. We are going to do an all-out offensive. Let's go with all-out offensive. And let's see. This is going to tick soon. Nope. We need 1 more month to tick this. And then we'll be in good shape. So these guys are doing their thing. They are ready to go after Malindi whenever I need to. West Cuba is definitely not going to get cored. That doesn't make any sense. And do I want to keep pumping? Oh no. Oh, of course he's dead. Yeah, I think these conquistadors are absolutely just not worth it. They're simply not worth it. It's just silly. I don't see any reason to continue making conquistadors who just hemorrhage my monarch power. Like, I did get some points from that guy, but I also lost a considerable number of points from him. And, like, it's just not worth it. Just having some random asshole wandering around the wilderness is not, in fact, a great strategy for success. It turns out, who would have thought that some random guy in the wilderness puttering around was not going to be profitable for your nation? So it looks like the Bamanis are now going after Vijayanagar again, and we are going to start improving our relations with these guys. We don't have a third vassal to annex right now, do we? I don't think we can. We can't start annexing Sunda yet, right? I have no diplomats to send. I could start annexing Sunda right this moment if I wanted. Do I want to do that? That's an interesting idea, actually. I think I'm going to finish vassalizing Junar. No, I definitely should be. I should be doing. I should be getting myself to at least one below my limit in terms of total vassals, because there's no reason for me to be sitting on these guys for an eternity, right? Like, these guys are already taking up a diplo relations slot. I might as well get them to be vassalized so that I can actually make use of them. I do not know if... I don't remember if my vassals increase my range. So I did just have my truce wear off with Malindi, and I think that we are probably just going to declare on them, actually. They're allied with Sofala and Walata again. So I think I'm going to call you back. And we can basically do this declaration. We can take the 3 provinces from them and then move on with our lives. We just need 3 provinces here. It should be very quick and easy. And so we're just going to make this declaration. Actually, let's take a look. How much aggressive expansion do I have with you? None. Okay. So I have a million. You are friendly. You are at negative 31, 21 aggressive expansion. So it looks to me like basically no one outside of these 2 nations actually gives any craps about what I've been doing over here. So we are going to just make this declaration. This will completely finish up the Zanzibar node. The Zanzibar node will be completely under our control once we've accomplished this, and we will be all set. So, what do I want to do? Okay, we're going to take Barawa. We're going to cancel autonomous suppression rebels. And we have so much money being spent. And I think what I'm going to do now, actually, is I'm going to start colonizing the coast of this, so that I can start forming that. Where is it? Yes, this colonial regions map. And do I want to be colonizing next to them, though? Maybe not. Maybe I should just colonize the north side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to colonize from the north, because I can colonize 5 provinces there, and 4 of them won't even result in me being adjacent to anyone. So okay, we're gonna split these guys in half. We do have manpower going up again, which is good. So we should be able to win this siege pretty fast. Once we've won that siege, we'll be in good shape. You guys are just gonna chill. And what else? You guys are just going to expand through all my provinces down here. Like a plague. Don't like it. That's fine. And we've got... Oh, Nope, 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 nope. We need to improve our relations with you some more. And I can get plus 35, plus 70. So I actually might have enough right now. So we're going to go ahead and call these back. We're going to start pumping this stuff. So proclaim guarantee, and then plus 50 is sufficient. So we can do a influence nation. Oh, actually, offer military access helps as well. We just won the siege of Kismayo. Pop over here. You guys are just gonna chill here. Do we have any reason to piece anyone else out of the score? I don't think we have any real reason to get involved down south. I don't think we have to do that. So we got a leader trait. We got a new ship. And we can reduce the envoy travel times, which is always nice. And once we finish up the next thing, we'll have trade steering plus 20%, which is not too bad. Of course, we don't actually have a lot of trade steering going on right now, but that's beside the point. Beside it entirely. So, the 14th, we can influence nation. And you guys just gonna pop up here. Oh, hello. That's a reasonably sizable army, actually. So should be fine. Just 8,000 troops. And once we win this, we can pop up to Waleta if we want. I do not actually know in this how hard it is to get this. 41% more score. So that's pretty sizable amount, actually. So we're going to send you up here. We're going to leave these guys here for now. Actually, not going to move down here. So we're basically moving this this army to start intercepting down south, because I think it's going to be useful to do so. It looks like Kilwa is going to get their troops murdered, because that's how they roll. Meanwhile, I am going to... Who was it? Yes, it's you. Talk to Junarg. We need to give them a nice little gift. And there we go. So we now have the ability to vassalize them. And we got trading in cotton. That's great. Trading in cotton is giving us some nice bonuses there. And offer vassalization to them. And there we go. So we now have them sort of just ticking up slowly over time. We now have 10 years before we can vassalize them. Or sorry, before we can annex them. And this army is going to do fine. Melindy is get their butt kicked. Yay, vassals. Okay, so this is 41. So it's going to be a bit, but it shouldn't be too long, I don't think. If we can get Sofala, Carpet Siege, they might just peace out. And Waleta is not willing to peace out right now, but I think they will be if I take all these territories. I think if I take the two other ones and I'm sitting on their capital, they'll be willing to peace. And we will just have to see if that actually plays out that way. So for now, we're just expanding into their territory. How are you doing? 50% done. We have 1,000 ducats saved up. And the issue with trying to force printing press, is that because we're so big now, we run into the issue that we've got other problems going. So it looks like we're set here. This is already over. We don't need to piece anybody else out of the war. And nobody cares. So since nobody cares, we peace out, call it a day. Yarhoo. So this army comes back to consolidate power over here. And there's Mogadishan separatists here that are going to show up in my territory almost certainly, so I'll need to deal with that. And I guess rather than walk these guys all the way back north, I should probably just have the fleet bring them back, huh? So provinces are lacking in cores, we will core it up. And that's the last coring that we're going to do for a while now. We should, I think, have complete control of Zanzibar now. Yes, we do. So once we have annexed Kilwa, I believe right now, yes, Orissa and Kilwa are the only two nations that have any trade power here. So currently we are collecting, X percentage of the wealth here. But we will be collecting 100% of all the stuff that comes into this territory once we have gotten this done. So we could send this to the Cape of Good Hope, but I'd rather keep the trade here than send it to a place where a portion of it is going to get pulled toward Europe. I don't want Europe any richer than it already is. So right now, 1736 in the English Channel. The English Channel is rich, folks. That is a problem. So we need to deal with how rich the English are getting. Now we're going to be, once we've secured all the power in Coromandel, we can basically just send all the trade there, and we should be able to get global trade spawned in that node. Right now, we're not actually pushing trade to there, we're pushing trade elsewhere. So I can build a flagship. I don't actually have a flagship, and it's silly to not have one. We want trade power per ship and fleet fleet engagement with +3 is kind of useful, but that basically just gives you one extra Carrack. Blockade effect on siege is really good, and monthly chance of admiral skill gain is not terrible. Do I want flagship cannons increased? Integrated Marines isn't bad. No, we need fleet movement speed. That's what we need. Okay, so we're building a flagship. That flagship is going to go into our primary, Giganto fleet. And we are going to also, I think... Do we want to build another trade fleet? Or do we want to start working on other stuff? I think we're going to start working on other stuff. So we're going to build some more manufactories. I like manufactories. They do a lot of work. And build this too. So now is the point where we are working toward the next two things. So we're working toward global trade, but we're also working toward the other thing. Sorry, my brain broke. I'm trying to figure out what I'm saying. It looks like there is no Mogadishan army over here, so I don't actually have to worry about this. This was presumably separatists that spawned from me, not from them. So let's see. We convert if we want, and we don't need to. We have ships to upgrade because we always have ships to upgrade. And this fleet is I'm gonna do this. How are we doing over here? Got 46 and 50%. I do not like it. I want more of the trade power. I'm only making 37 ducats. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So it looks like Vijayanaghat is tiny now. Their independence is guaranteed by the Bamanis, interestingly enough. So that's fun. We have Calicut, which we could start vassalizing if we want. Do we want to start annexing another vassal, or do we want to do other things? I feel like we're annexing Kilwa already. How long at our current rate would it take to do this? Oh, actually, did we get thing yet? Yes, we did. We've already got the +2 to Diplo rep. So that +2 to Diplo rep should be useful. So I could start annexing them. The issue is, do I have sufficient? I still have a monthly increase of +8. So, but that's with my Diplo rep throttled. I don't think it's worth it to try to annex 3 at a time. I suspect that I'll finish Cochin fast, right? Like Cochin at this rate should go fast because there's not. This is 2 years. You know what? It's fine. We're gonna start annexing Sunda. We're gonna do apparently nothing until we finish that in 2 years. Are we comfortable with this? Yes, I'm actually fully comfortable with this. So we'll be doing this at a sizable rate. We're integrating a bunch of vassals. We have nothing that we're doing outside of integrating vassals, and once we've integrated all 3 of them, we'll have all sorts of fun times. But for now, our primary goal is to get control of our situation here. So where is this fleet? This fleet is part of that other fleet. We're going to go ahead and put this person in charge here. And what else do we need to do? Inside. Except religious sects. Don't need that. So this will give us unjustified demands and a 25% bonus to our naval force limit and some other stuff. So here's the question. We have production efficiency that we can increase. Do we have anything that gives that's a pretty massive boost. This is pretty massive boost. That's sufficient. If it's 0.2 or higher, I think it's sufficient to justify doing. And we have 43,000 manpower. It's not that much. And annex subjects just expired, so this should start ticking much faster now. Let's see if we go negative. I think we're going to go negative here. Wait for it. Boom! -4. Holy crap. So we lost our commandant. This person is actually a very useful person to have for right this second, because we're not in a war right now. That's nice. We have indulgent, so trade efficiency is down, so we're doing pretty okay here. We should be going at least 1 over our limit at all times, actually, so we're going to go ahead and colonize the Bahamas. And I think that's going to be it for the provinces in here. I think I'm going to have to go to war with these guys directly to take control of this stuff, probably. And you're already done, so do we mind going 2 over? Whoa. This is, yeah, that's okay. I mean, professionalism is great and all, but that's a few loans worth, and we should probably be getting our inflation under control. Fine. So, do we have anything that we particularly... Yeah, we're behind on Diplotech, which is troublesome. So this is up to 89%. Once we finish that, we can... can I get you now? I can. So because I vassalized these guys, I can get Gujarat as vassals. And because of that, I can actually get both of these, and both of them have different cores that are currently controlled by Sind. So what I can do is I can just declare on Sind for 4 cores instead of 2, and that'll be a nice little boost. A really easy boost to make. The other thing we're going to do is we are going to look into, do we want to make, what am I looking for? A little trade power boost. We should just make one of these in each of these things. Okay, we've already annexed them, and we've now applied that 3-year penalty to our annexation speed. And that's all well and good. We can now start improving our relations over with Gujarat, or we can ally them first. I think we should probably ally them first. We're going to recall this person, and we are going to start sending people to here, actually. Who are you at war with? Chickasaw. And we're just going to send these guys here, and just continue through all of this. So we're now 1 over our limit, and we are no longer 1 over our limit. So we have 2 going out right now. Royal marriage offer from Gujarat. And we can start improving our relations on the 18th. And we can get them going pretty well. Now, what other stuff do we want to be building here? Interestingly enough, I actually could be, and maybe I should be, I have the capacity to improve how much trade power I have here, which would, by extension, increase the amount of trade power I have here. So we're currently collecting from trade in Coromandel. We're working at minus 22% efficiency because of it. I could move my capital or move my trade port, but that's very expensive. So I don't think I really want to. We're currently sitting on less overall trade than they have over in England. So the next 50 years are definitely going to be, in large part, getting ourselves... So we have the Orissan West Indies, which are not going to be called that. They're going to be called something else. And of course, Orissa, I don't think they speak Tamil there, but that's fine. We'll use a Tamil name anyway, because I actually have a cool thing there. So that is... wow, I have terrible handwriting. I didn't write this down in a better location, did I? Nope. So... no, that's not 2 words. Okay, so that is a name that we have. Which translates to cheeseburger in paradise. Because it's like the family song. I actually lived in the Bahamas for 2 years. So, Gujarat. got you. We got 25. We got 10. We got 10. So we got 45 plus another. Actually, with 45 plus 50, right? If we do all of these, is that accurate? That might be accurate. How long do I have a truce with you? I have 5 more years of truce. So, as soon as we are no longer in a truce with them, we can just declare again. They're going to get weaker and weaker as time passes. And we should hopefully be able to have some good effects. So I am actually going to stop relations improvement because I think I actually already have enough here. I just need to proclaim a guarantee, give them military access, and then give them both types of bribe. And I think that'll do it. That is a lot of money coming in. We're not doing too bad for ourselves in terms of finances, considering that we have not optimized our trade at all yet. We're still not actually using those African areas to get our trade going the way that we want it to. So, Moron has finished growing. Oh, and apparently that was super frickin' fast. Holy shit. Okay, let's get moving. I was thinking I was going to be over, not under. Well, let's see here. We're now sitting on plus 41, and that's not too bad. Do we want to start converting these places? I think we do. It's expensive, but it's not expensive compared to our current financial situation, to be honest. Okay, so Gujarat, how's it going? We don't even need to give you the other thing. We should just give you enough money to do what we want. Ugh. Don't really like that. That's not the optimal thing to be trading in. Okay, so Gujarat has accepted annexation, or accepted vassalization rather, and we have we don't have a royal marriage with Garjat. Oh right, because I can't, because they are now a republic because reasons. Fine. So I don't even know. That's such a weird. I don't know what they were doing. So the question is, do I want to vassalize somebody else? Like, you are Riwa Kantha. Miwar is pretty small at this point, but they're still not small enough for that. They're currently losing against Kalinjar pretty substantially, and they have a ton of claims. I think I'm going to leave one of my things open just for them, because Miwar might actually shrink down to the point where I can vassalize them and then just blow up through all of their stuff. So we have Transoxiana, Fars, and Delhi as allies of these guys, and we have 4 reconquests. Do we want to get into a big fight like that at this particular moment? I don't think I want to quite yet. I want to get an idea of what's going to go on over here. So we are losing innovativeness. That's not stellar. If we can get ourselves Trunnions, that'll help. Okay, we can actually demand Diplo support here, so... And weirdly enough, they're actually low enough that I can do cool things. So we're going to get Marcher Lords first, and that is going to finish this off. We have unlocked overseas dominions, which I don't think is terribly useful as a policy, but we're going to take it anyway because it's free. Where are my policies at? Policies are here. Okay. So global tariffs and income from vassals increased. Not terrible, but not amazing. Let's see here. And Miwar has just shrunk down. There's no way on earth that they're not going to want to vassalize me, right? Or want to be vassalized, rather. Friendly attitude. We'll have a royal marriage once this is done. We're doing it. There's no way that Miwar is not going to want this once we've got this set up. So we're going to start improving our relations with Miwar, and this should be interesting. They have sent us this, and there we go. We can now vassalize them whenever we want. So we can improve our relations. We just need to do a little bit of improvement here. And we should be able to get Miwar as a vassal. With them as a vassal, I think we are going to go on a reconquest spree over here, which means that I am actually going to bring these troops back. So now is the time to go on a massive conquest spree over here in India. We're not going to be needing to take any thingamabobbers. I have way too many of these random ships that are... We're not going to need to actually spend anything on this, which is nice. And this is... which... maybe... Oh, and this is my thinger. So we'll put these guys actually together so that I can get the benefit here. Nope, not Explorer. Coromandel? Yes, Coromandel. And now, what else do we have to do? I think we're set here. We're going to wait for this to tick just for the hell of it. And then we are going to proclaim guarantee. We're going to offer military access. And we actually don't need to offer military access. Yes, we do. Now that I think about it, I don't think we have quite what we need here. I think we needed to get this a little higher first. Do we hope that they perish in some foreign war? They are our friends. And we have the ability to move these guys over here. We now have almost complete control of the coast. So basically the only time that we're going to have to deal with a naval excursion is... This is so funny how huge Kalinjar is now. Miwar does not have increased thinger, does it? It does not. So Miwar is going to do exactly what we want, which is give us all sorts of nice things and not be too much of a problem. Yeah, we actually need to improve our relations a little bit more. So we're going to improve our relations a little bit more. Get that done. And... we now have over 1,000. So let's go ahead and build some of this stuff. You know what? It turns out that annexation isn't the only thing we're getting for Christmas. We're also getting all the manufactories. It's manufactories for days. Wow, you are taking forever to get up there. Holy shit. Okay. I was not expecting that to take that long. So you don't have any Miwar stuff, do you? No. You probably even do, don't you? No, actually you don't. Interestingly enough, Malwa is no longer in existence. So Miwar has permanent claim there. They have 2 cores, 3 cores. So we got cores for days on you. They're allied with Kalinjar. Kalinjar is allied with Delhi and Rewa. Blah blah blah. So Delhi has me war provinces, which means that if we declare on Kalinjar and set Delhi as a co-belligerent, that might be useful. You are not cores. You exist exclusively as cores, so but this is a vassal state. Who are you allied with? Marwar. Marwar is allied with Hadoti. So the second that this ticks, we can declare war to take control of these two cores, and then we can continue forward over time. Let's see, do you have any of my cores? Note, my cores. Mine. So we're going to go ahead and send them a gift. And we are going to go ahead and influence them. And once we have done those two things, we can vassalize them. And once we've got them vassalized, we will be in good shape. So we're currently annexing 2 of our vassals, and we've just obtained like 3 more vassals. Do I want to take on? I guess I'll take up the extra debt. It's fine. That is it's a lot of money. All right. Offer the vassalization in how long? 16th. Okay. This is gonna be fun, actually. This is just gonna be like war, taking all these cores. I could, if I want. Oh, whoops, I didn't actually send the invite. So, okay. So we now have 6 vassals. We have 6 vassals, 2 of them are currently being integrated. And we're never going to be integrating Garjad. It's just going to be sitting there for the rest of the game. And we now have Casus Belli on roughly the entire world. Ooh, you also have the war province of the Mayor Vassal Jaunpur. So Jaunpur we can declare war on for our cores. We can declare war on Kalinjar for our cores, and we can declare war on Hadoti for our cores. Which entity do we want to go after first? I feel like we're going to want to go after Kalinjar first, maybe? Currently allied with people who will probably help them. So Delhi has a positive attitude towards us, so they don't really want to join. If I were to declare war on... Because it just now occurred to me that I might be able to do this declaration and not have Kalinjar join in, but it looks like that's not the case. So Gwalior is who? Gwalior. Here you are. Do you have a core of mine? You do not. So that's fine. So we have rank what military? We are rank 12 military, and we are getting close to rank 13. Delhi is rank 10. I see, honestly, very little reason not to just jump in right now. Go full ham, co-belligerent everybody. These guys are actually allied with Sind. So, interestingly enough, I don't necessarily want to co-belligerent them because I have so much reconquest on Sind. Holy shit. That is a lot of reconquest. That is a huge, huge amount of cores that they have. Okay, I think I know what my goal is. My goal right now is to get an attack on Kalinjar. I'll pull Delhi in. Delhi only has two of my cores. They're not really that important. So what I want to basically be able to do is declare on Sind without needing to worry about Delhi coming into the war, which means that I'm going to want to weaken Delhi in the war and potentially break their alliance. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting dynamic as we sort of just plow through the entirety of sort of northern India in one war. I'm actually going to ask my wife something just 1 second, because I want to see if I want to do this right now or if I want to do this tomorrow. Okay, so as excited as I am about doing this, I am in fact going to have to end this here because we have to end on a cliffhanger. No, the reason that we have to end here is because it's already 11:45 at night, and it is almost time for a lovely Christmas dinner. So tomorrow, probably tomorrow, but the next time I stream, we will be basically going all in, declaring all the Reconquest Wars, and basically just devouring huge sections of northern India here. We should be able to increase the total development of our empire by probably a few hundred within the span of a couple of wars, because all this stuff is so valuable. Not all of it, I guess. Some of it's not that great. But just the war against Sind in particular is already going to be just a gargantuan amount of extra stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to this and seeing how much territory we can take all at once. But anyway, that is going to actually be it for today. So thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today. I do apologize about the, sort of just tease moment here where it's like, oh wow, look, it turns out we actually have all these cores to take over. But we are going to end it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it. And I hope to see you again when we go after all these cores.